From the Literary Hub. I keep a bulging plastic bin under my bed filled with diaries I've had since elementary school. They are an archive of my life, literal baggage I towed around from apartment to apartment as an adult. The notebooks are proper diaries covered in girlish stickers and locks, extra composition books from school, soft leather-bound books, and moleskins. Every year of my childhood, I spent the summers alone, feasting on library books and the occasional teen magazine I convinced my grandmother to buy me at the grocery store. I had my first panic attack at 13, a sweaty nighttime episode where I cried for hours, scared that I wouldn't ever connect with another person again, terrified that I might not exist. I used my diaries to record those days as they passed, to prove to myself that I had lived through them. When I was in 7th grade, I discovered MySpace and began uploading my consciousness to the internet. My notebooks from that period remained blank. Instead, the internet was my scrapbook, my diary, my platform. I eventually graduated from MySpace to Facebook, then to Twitter and Instagram. I kept a blog throughout my college years and used it to puzzle out my identity to a modest audience of friends and family. It was a record of myself, of my adolescence. It was proof that I existed. For a long time, much of what I consider my legacy, my footprint on this world, photos, new job announcements, stupid observations about the world, existed only on the internet. It wasn't until recently that I thought that might be a problem. Because that archive of my life that I tote from apartment to apartment has a gap in it that starts in 2005 and ends in 2014, and my writing from those years is lost forever. Schwartz is the host and producer of Preserve This Podcast, an initiative from the Metropolitan New York Library Council to educate podcasters about the threats of digital decay. She told me that most people think digital files are protected forever simply because they're online. In fact, that couldn't be further from the truth. Digital is about access, it's about sharing, Schwartz said. But once you digitize something, suddenly the object is not human-readable anymore, not readable like a stack of letters in your attic. With digital you have to preserve the letter, and you have to preserve the software, and the machine that can read it. That means that as technology evolves, the types of data it can read evolves as well. Think about the floppy disks you almost definitely have in a box somewhere, or DVDs, to pick a more recent example.